good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, or maybe it's good afternoon, good day, good morning, and maybe to some of you, good night. But wherever you are, you know by now, at least I hope you do. It's Joy Ruffen coming to you from the Sunshine State, Florida. It's always good to be with you. Tonight, Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies is presenting to you a woman that I'm very much in awe of because she is a let me back up. She is a technological genius, in my opinion. So the title for our show is Taming the Technological Goliath, because for me, that's how it appears. But after I met Allison Ronis, who's coming on shortly, she helped me a lot to understand the beauty of technology. And that's what we're hoping she's going to be able to do with you tonight. So I'm going to invite her over and ask her to come over and to say hello, and then we go from there. Hello, Allison. How are you?
And hi, Joy.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. I tell you, did you hear my introduction? If it was a Goliath for me, but no longer, thanks to you and a few others. It's good to have you here, my friend. Tell us a little bit about, I didn't even go over your background because I thought, well, maybe it's best that you relay a little bit about your background, a little bit about the backstory, and then we'll go forward.
Sure. I have been in technology. I hear myself now.
Wow. Okay. I
have been in technology, there we go, for let's just say 20 plus years. And I kind of just got into it in high school when I was working on computers and doing a little bit of design, and I was working on a green Apple Mac and fell in love with it. So
let me ask you this, Allison, because I didn't read your bio, because I know that you're the president of Geek In Your Pocket. I love that name. It's a great name, Geek In Your Pocket. Who doesn't want to have a geek in their pocket? And you've been building and studying technology for 2+ decades. Hard to believe when I look at you, but I trust what you're saying. And you love it. Not only do you love it, you teach it. Hello, Adair. Good to see you. You teach it to businesses and people, myself included. So tell us a little bit about how you came to get involved with the teaching of it and why, again, you love it so much.
Well, Joy, first, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. You and I have had many conversations, and I love you and adore you and think you're just amazing and authentic. And so thank you. At heart, I've always been a teacher and a trainer. At a high school, I worked at a daycare center, and I loved working with children. I was a drama teacher prior to getting into and having my own business. So being a teacher, and when I worked in corporate America, I worked as a call center trainer for Verizon Fios. So I've always loved to teach people and kids, people. In general.
Allison, I love what you just said, and I tell you why. Because what I'm discovering in this wonderful time in my life, you pinpointed it to the absolute major point. We're all teachers. Our purpose, our discovery, our responsibility is to find what we love teaching, what we love sharing, and then just get away, which is what you're doing. Tell us the type of people, pretty much, I know I'm one of them, who come to you to learn about technology. What is the base type of person who comes to you?
It's anyone who wants to get better at this world of technology. I tell everybody that all it is a language. And most of us weren't born with a silver iPad in our hands, as this generation has been. So it's a foreign language to a lot of people. They don't understand. And there are bad people who take advantage of that situation and scare us, have a lot of scare tactics. So my perfect client, my perfect person to serve is somebody who realizes that technology is here to stay. It's here. It's here to benefit us. It's here to enhance our lives and make our lives easier. And they want to get a better grasp on it. They want to learn how to tame it rather than it tame and control them, so to speak.
I heard that, and I think you answered this, but be a little bit more precise for us. What is one of the biggest problems that you help them solve, the people who come to you?
The biggest problem is I get a lot of questions about internet security and computer issues, blue screens, computer not working properly. I get a lot of questions about being safe online and being safe on social media, and what do I do with contacts guys who friend me, and should I friend them back, and do I believe this scam or this email? It's all of that. It's such a huge variety, but really, we have the adage, knowledge is power, and that is so true. Knowledge is power, and without knowledge, there's an uncertainty. So what I serve to do and what I want to do is teach the language of technology so people are more confident, more comfortable, and they're not worried. They don't have a panic attack when something happens. They say, oh, wait, I know exactly what to do now. And they just move right through that,
Allison, I'm chuckling because I have a friend who said to me once, the harder you laugh, the truer it is. And so all of the things that you just said was me a few years ago. And a friend of mine said to me last night, there was a mix-up in everything. And she said, you remain very calm because everything about technology used to make me so fearful. And I've calmed down a lot. So that cigarette commercial, you come a long way, baby.
Right, exactly. And that's because you've learned the language over time. It's one thing to get to a stop sign and be like, oh, what am I doing here? What am I supposed to do here? But then when you reach that stop sign over and over and over again, and I'm not saying that computer problems happen that often, but they do happen. I mean, it's not a matter of if your computer's going to crash, it's a matter of when. So you want to be prepared, and you want to, just like you get an oil change on a regular basis, or your tires rotated on a regular basis, your technology is just as important, if not more important, than some of those things.
Well said.
Or just as important.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. Now, I know for sure that, by the way, all of your links for every way and means to connect and contact you will be put on the website and Joy's TV. But in the meantime, what are some of the tips that you're going to be sharing with the audience when they click on the link to get some of these tips? Just give a couple of the tips that you'll be sharing.
Sure.
And tips that will benefit us in the best way. And I'm always at the top of the list because I'm still learning, and I hope I'm learning until I drop.
Of course. Keyboard shortcuts help you a lot. If you're in Facebook and you hit the letter P on your keyboard, it'll bring up the post page or the post box. Control, it depends on if you're a Mac or if you're a PC, but Control or Apple C is copy. Keyboard shortcuts are amazing. If you hit the tab button and you're on a screen, it will go through each little section so you can get to the next section without having to. Sometimes moving your mouse around does take a lot of time when you can just boop, boop, boop on your keyboard. I hope you can see my hands. Boop, boop, boop on your keyboard.
Well,
those kinds of things.
Again, because I'm just learning, being in this computer world for how many years, I'm not afraid to say, but I'm not going to say. I'm just learning about keyboard shortcuts. So that'll be a good tip for most all of us.
Yes.
When it comes to, do you do mainly, all of this will be listed in different places, but do you do mainly one-on-one or groups when you're working with people?
I do both, actually. I just had a master class on PowerPoint, and I'm scheduling another master class, same class on PowerPoint at the end of October, because there were people who couldn't make it in this month, so I'm going to be redoing it. So I do both. I have a Geek in Your Pocket membership where people can get one-on-ones like SOS. I'm in the middle of this. I pick up the phone and I get a Geek in my pocket. I get immediate tech support, monthly computer cleanings, bi-monthly computer cleanings, and optimizations, and tech education. Teach me how to use PowerPoint, one-on-ones, teach me, and then the group classes are discounted.
I like it. I like it very much.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you do almost everything when it comes to technology, marketing, and all of that. But are there some resources that you can recommend to a novice or the layman or the beginning person?
Sure.
Prior to them getting to you, or when they get to you, that they should have perused before meeting with you? Can you share some of those maybe?
Google is really your best friend. And even I use Google all the time. I had a situation, I was on with a client yesterday, a very favorite client, and she's visually impaired. And so I was being her eyes, and we were testing because she does a lot of Facebook Lives. And so we were testing she was having a little bit of issues. And I have dual screens here. I have 2 monitors. So while I was working with her, I used Google to try to research what was the situation. Now, you have to be careful in clicking ads. You have to make sure you're going to proper links. But Google's pretty good about keeping their ads at bay. If you get to Yahoo search, it's, I don't recommend that. Make sure it's Google search. But that's your best friend. I mean, I use it all the time.
I'm laughing again. I'm chuckling. I love to laugh. You know that by now.
I know.
I'm laughing again because my husband and I gave Google a new name. We call him Dr. Google.
Exactly.
He helps you to refresh and rejuvenate and everything, all of your ailments. And there's so many. And when it comes to technology for most of us, so that's exciting. Tell us what Allison, this is a good one. What do you love and enjoy most about technology? What gets you excited and gets you, woo, yippee? What gets you excited about technology?
I really love 2 things. When I'm working with clients, I love when they get it and they later on down the road let me know. I get a text message, I had this issue and I went right through it and I fixed it and da-da-da. I love that. I have clients from when I first started who are still with me, who knew nothing in the beginning and were freaking out at every little thing. And now, I need something with my printer, and then I can't get to them, and 10 minutes later, I figured it out. It's like, that's great. That's what I love. And then another thing I love about technology is I love to game. I am a geek gamer, and I love to play video games online. And I have many friends. I love that. Be my eyes. I have to tell her that.
It's like an addiction, isn't it? The gaming.
Kinda. Yeah. It's my guilty pleasure.
yes. We all have them in one way or another, and many of us several. Alfred, who's here always loyal and faithful, he said there's an interesting
I see
about blind and low vision people. Are you familiar with that one? Because
no, actually, that's very interesting, Alfredo. I'll look at that. BeMyEyes.com. I see that. That's cool.
Yeah. All of these will be here so that you can take a look and see. It makes a big, big difference. And for me, I'm finding it interesting, Allison, because my husband, who's diabetic, is having serious eye issues now. So it's good to know that there is something like that maybe he can look into. Not that he does that much computer work, but you never know. I love your story about how you came to love and enjoy and appreciate the whole arena of marketing and technology. What is it? How do you, other than your website, how do people connect with you? How do you market for what you're doing and how you connect with people?
I market on Facebook. I market through networking. I am out there in the community meeting people and talking to people. I'm on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn,
Well, that's what it's all about.
Instagram, and yeah, it's awesome.
It's all about, I'm finding, Allison, connecting, relating, because I'm coming into this so late in life, but loving it. And luckily, you and several others that I've met helping me tremendously to appreciate the wonder of it all. I call it the magic of it all. I mean, it's just never ending. It's really fantastic. What is the secret to success for you with technology that you want to share with us before we say for now, so long? We have a lot more time, but what is the secret to what you're doing and what you have enjoyed absorbing? I know that you have 2 master's degrees. Are they in technology or business, or just business?
No, technology. One is in IT, and the other one is teaching adults.
Is that
how to learning modalities, technology and learning modalities, and teaching adults. Yeah. And my biggest advice is it's not time to panic.
I like it.
I'll tell you when it's time to panic, but now it's not time to panic. As one of my professors used to say all the time, it is not time to panic.
Well, we have
it's time to get information and learn the language and seek help, and don't panic.
Hi, Roz. Roz, it's good to see you. I tell you, what you just said is so important because it's just dawning on me, Allison. There's nothing to fear. Right. Take your time, and also don't be afraid to ask questions. Right. We know we're not stupid. We know we're not slow and retarded. Not that I don't like to say that word because people get all, but just take your time learning what you have to learn and surround yourself with people who value and appreciate you for who you are. So that's a good tip. When it comes to the business aspect of your work that you're doing now, the age range, is there a range that's predominantly in the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, or do you go across the board with people?
It's typically 40, 50, and 60s.
Mm-hmm.
That range.
And predominantly men or women?
Women. However, I am a managed service provider, an MSP, so I work with small companies, 3 to 5 employees, and I do work with a lawyer who has needed somebody to be his managed service provider. So it could be anybody, I do have men, I do have women. Right now, because I'm part of a women's network, it's a lot of women.
Yes. Here's something that I'm going to share with you. I don't know if you tuned into my live
today earlier.
Add to the story. One of the reasons that I met you and that I love this group that you and I both members of is called the Women's Prosperity Network, right?
Yes.
They have a saying, I think it's Nancy who wrote the book, The One
Philosophy, yes.
The One Philosophy. And the one that, and Tasha introduced me to this group. The one thing that really connected with me was no gossip. If I'm around a woman, a female, and she starts, boom, boom, boom too much, I smile and I disappear. I don't have time. And neither do you. And neither does 99.9% of the women in this group. And I say that to say, with technology, especially for women, I think it's a little bit more difficult than for men. Do you think that's true? Or maybe I'm just putting myself into the equation more so, meaning to grasp the technology aspect of it?
I think that women are emotional beings.
Yes.
And so we are quick to get frazzled. As a woman, I know that too. I've been told that I can be shifted easy. I think a lot of women can be shifted easy. So if they get an email that doesn't seem right, it can tend to shift us really fast. So the key is
Yes.
Ask questions, get help, put a geek in your pocket.
I love that. I love that. Geek in your pocket. And also, I hear what you're saying, but Ross says something here. Nothing blows up just because you hit the wrong key. At least it hasn't happened for her yet.
Exactly. And I do say to people, don't be afraid to click. I mean, if you do click, there's always an undo. And if you really mess it up, you know, listen, I've given myself and my computer viruses before. Not on purpose, but on just by doing what you do, clicking around, clicking a bad link, installing something that I knew, God, you know, that website doesn't look exactly, oh, let's try it anyway, click, and then like 6 hours later, I have a brand new system because I had to redo the whole thing. And back up, all your data, back up.
So much to grasp and to get and to know if you're coming into it late. We have Tina Weiss here who says she just joined WPN. Well,
yes, hi Tina. Today I saw you. We were at an event today.
Yes, I haven't met Tina one-on-one yet, but we've had conversation back and forth. And here's a question for you to end with, because you mentioned something there, Allison, that's really fascinating. The difference between an email and responding to it contingent upon all the variables. What about the difference between text and email and texting? Nobody answers the phone anymore, except you and I.
If you call my voicemail, it'll tell you, you can leave a voicemail, but go ahead and use that technology and send me a text. Yes. Hey, Angie. Angie's up. Hello, Angie.
We have all these wonderful, beautiful people here. Thank you. You know, I've given the audience who comes to be with us, I've given them the name, the loyal and faithful, because loyalty and all of that is important to all of us. But I tell you, people show up here and stay for a minute or two or stay for the whole time. And it's good because I know that this timing probably isn't the best. So I'm just grateful when I look out and see anyone there. Thank you guys, all of you, for showing up. But what is it that you can share with us about texting, Allison, as far as technology and how that works here and now? What can you say to us, yay or nay, about texting?
Oh, absolutely, 100% texting. I don't hardly ever leave voicemails anymore. If I call somebody, which I do prefer calling over text, like 100%, but there are those moments where you just have a quick question, just let me shoot you a text, and most of the time people are more apt to answer you because everybody's busy, everybody's in the middle of something, and it's easy just to answer a quick text sometimes than it is to, you know, have this whole long conversation.
I'm beginning to get the rhythm of that, Allison, because texting is still very new to me, but I find that when I send a quick text, I get a response.
Do you use two thumbs?
No.
Have you learned to use two thumbs?
Listen, I use a stylus because the body temperature in my fingers, it's crazy. No.
You gotta hold the phone like this and
not yet. We're getting there, but not yet. The form of the interview. Oh, thank you. And is it Angie?
Angie, yeah. Thanks, Angie.
And if you thank you so much. Listen, Allison, before we say I don't like goodbyes, it's just embedded in my whatever. I don't say I don't like goodbyes, so I say so long for now. But before we do that, what is it you want to leave us with? By the way, this video will go up within 48 hours. All of your links and everything will be put there. It'll go on Joyce TV, and then it will be sent to you, and you can do whatever you wish to with it. And then we go from there. But what is it you want to leave people with? What is it you want them to remember, or what tip you want to share with them? What bit of advice or counseling? What are you up to next? That's a lot of what. But what is it? What is it that you want to leave us with as far as they'll be able to get in touch with you because your links and your website and everything will be going up. But is there anything else you want to share with us before we say so long for now?
I just want to reiterate again that it is important to ask questions and don't panic. Ask questions and put a geek in your pocket if you really want that added layer of security and assurance. And go to my website, geekinyourpocket.com, for my tech tips and look out. Connect with me on social media. Friend me, please. That would be awesome. I love to connect with the community. I want to hear about you and what you do and what you're struggling with and what you love about technology. So connect with me and let's be Facebook buddies. And
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. My favorite expression. And you as well. You know that. We don't even have to go there. I'm going to ask you just to sit on the sidelines for just a moment while I say goodbye to the audience.
And thank you again. Thank you, Joy. It's been my honor, my pleasure to be here. Thank you, everybody who took the time and is watching now and will watch in the replay. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, love. I'll be back with you in just a second.
Okay,
you know, guys,
bye.
Each and every one, thank you, bye-bye. For now, so long for now. Each and every one of you here in this audience, the loyal and the faithful, I know you come, and I know this might not be the best time. So when I look out and I see you there, my heart gets warm. It connects with my heart and my brain, and it's such a good feeling. So thank you, because I know we're all busy. I have a friend who doesn't like the word busy, but busy is what we are. We're all involved in so many different things. So to look out and to see you there, it's wonderful. It's great. I work at doing the same for all the people that I know who are doing the live streaming and Facebook videos and all of that. So I'm grateful. Allison, I really work to be fair, but she's special. She's very special. She has a heart of gold. She works with you. She works to make sure that you get it, you understand it. Her clarity on what and how she explains is top of the line. So if you really need somebody to help you with technology, as I have and continue to do, you couldn't find a better person. Her links and everything about her will be up on my TV, Joy's TV. So get there. The link and everything will be here for you to be able to do that. And again, join us next Tuesday night for Discover Your Signature Style and Stamp, Style with Joy. It's a fun show. And then next Tuesday night, another leading lady. We're all interested in technology. We're all fascinated. And some of us mesmerized by technology. It's a great thing. And all of these phenomenal women that I'm meeting and introducing to you, and you will introduce to me, bravo for all of us. And whatever you're doing, have a great evening. Look after you. Take the best care of you first, because only then are you able to look after others. So my friends, until the next time, you be and stay well. All the best. Heart to you. Love. Ciao. So long for now. Cheers.